What's up, duelists? We're back with another stream. What's up, Kaiju? How are you doing today? We've got a pretty epic weekend ahead of us. All of you guys. Everyone. I just need to share that I'm live, and then we can get underway. Then we can duel and play Yu-Gi-Oh! The trading card game. What's up, duelists? Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Just tweeting that we're live. What's up, Ian? How you doing? Is this the channel of Major League Soccer? What? What kind of question is that? Of course it is. Can't you tell by what's on the screen? Doesn't this look like soccer to you? Oh, sorry, not soccer. Football. Yes. Yes, football. Yes. Of course. Of course, this is the channel for Major League Soccer. Sorry, you are blind? Oh. Well, I'll narrate what's happening on the screen for all my blind viewers. Yeah, right now the goalie is he just saved. There's a ball. They're kicking the ball. That's what's happening. They're kicking a ball and oh, they just kicked the ball again. It's crazy how that works. What's up, duelists? Welcome in. Welcome in. Just pulled the alt art Stratos. I'm sorry to hear that, Kaiju. We may need to destroy it. I'm just telling everyone I'm live. Everyone in the world. Alright, we gotta get some predictions going. What do we predict? What's winning this weekend? Who's awake? Who's with me? Stardust negate this short. Yes, that was a good one. You think frogs are winning this weekend? Will we finally get the Substitute reprint that we deserve? Will Father Konami finally deliver? Please. I'll pray to the gods of slot machines. What does Konami make? They make slot machines, right? Konami slot machine. Right? Yeah, they do. That's crazy. I do not condone the use of gamblage. What's up, Ryanide? Shout out Ryanide. Ryanide made us a very lovely bingo card for this weekend's tournament. Yet again. The king of bingo, they call him. So we can gamble while gambling. Gambleception. Alright, so we have one prediction that frogs are winning this weekend. That is yet to be the case. I actually don't think frogs have won a single RBET. I don't think they've ever won. Correct me if I'm wrong. What's up, Anthony? How are you doing today? What time is it where you live, Anthony? I'm curious. That's crazy if true. I don't think it's that crazy. Dark Gaia will win. Okay, we have a second prediction. Ryan says I will win this weekend. All right, so I'll put Machina because that's a prediction for Machina. You're on the East Coast. Shout out all the East Coast viewers. Blackwing is second guess. Blackwing. It's interesting to say this because we've been running this tournament for 3 years. But there's not that many of them, you know? I think there's only like, 20? Maybe less than 20 RBET results. So it's very likely that there's like a really powerful deck that just hasn't won one yet. Which is interesting. It really depends on who's entering. Because if someone enters with like who's like really cracked and they're playing something, then that automatically makes that something like an immediate favorite. Like if a really good player enters with Dark Gaia, like probably just gonna win the whole thing. Just depends on what they enter with. You think Frog is favorable against Vayu, and you're guessing Vayu will be the most played deck? I think Vayu will be the most played deck. I don't know if Frogs is favored against Vayu. It kind of is, I guess. Hero Frogs is the best deck, and you say that as a Vayu Turbo player. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Vayu Turbo or Hero Frogs are good decks. But I mean, like, they're good decks. They're fine decks. But, like, I don't think they're, like, anywhere near the best deck. Like, if I had to pick a best deck for the format. Amaryllis is winning. All right, Pavinci. All right, I see you. Vayu Turbo won the last one, so we'll put it in the predictions. Valhalla was close to going into top 8. I think it got 9th last time. I think Valhalla's a really good deck. If someone good plays Valhalla, that'd be my pick to win the whole thing. Like if there's a good player playing a fairy deck, it's always the pick for me. I will always say that a strong player playing fairies will win the entire event. Not a winning prediction, but top 8 Gemini perhaps. I think Gemini is really bricky. Any deck you can bring out a Christia, it cannot be bad. I agree, Gregory. I think any deck that can summon the Archlord himself. Herself? Is Christia a girl? Is Christia a girl or a boy? Or is it just an angel? Is it like unknown? Like kind of, it's like a translation thing, right? Isn't it supposed to be Archangel Christ? Diva Zombie? You saw a lot of players trying to play the deck. Instant Zombie went undefeated in Swiss at the last one, but Diva Zombie did not do so hot at the last one. I'm not Nick says, are signups done? No, signups are still open. You can sign up in the really big Yu-Gi-Oh! Discord, provided you know how to use Discord commands, which a shocking number of people don't. You message me a list that might win at least one game tomorrow. Well, I'm not going to pull it up on stream, Ryan Hyde, because then I'd be giving away your secrets, your trade secrets. Gregory says, you're not a Zoomer, you're in the RBET. How do you use commands? What? That's a question for Google, brother. Best channel to sign up on Discord does not matter. It doesn't matter. Is Fairy with or without Valhalla stronger? It depends. It depends on the matchup. Like, Valhalla is useful in some matchups, and in some matchups it's quite bad. Because it gives you different strengths and weaknesses. Like, Valhalla obviously is weakened to Royal Oppression. So, like, there's that. So as long as you can keep Royal Oppression, like, open, then Valhalla's really fucking good. And I think Valhalla's a little bit more fast. So it's, like, really good against the frog decks. Androgynous? You think so? You think Archlord Christia is androgynous? Yeah, I guess it's like kind of a nebulous being of light. Your lukewarm take is that Christia Sworn gets a top. We'll put Christia up here. I think Christia is insane. I feel like that's like a good prediction. I know Amaryllis really beats up on both Frogs and Vayu. So if the whole tournament is Frogs and Vayu, Amaryllis like beats the fuck out of those two decks. So we could see a lot of plants. I actually really like the Amaryllis deck into the field. I think it's strong as fuck. I actually thought it was gonna... I didn't predict it was gonna perform last time, but I thought it was a good pick for last time at least. I think Dragons is always a good pick too. What is this? What is the card called? This card. That's usually always a good pick. Because if you just draw well, you can just gamba your way to the top 8. Alright, welcome in everyone. Press 1 if you're locked in. Press 1 if you're locked in. Heroes. Heroes. Has Heroes ever won an RBET? I don't think Heroes have ever won an RBET either. Can anyone verify that for me? They might have won one. But I don't think it has. I think it's always like been like a silver finish. Like it's definitely gotten to second place, but I don't think it's ever won. Heroes is a fake deck? No, it's a real deck. It's solid. It's never won, which is kind of weird. I don't know. A lot of decks that you would expect to be really good are not winning decks. Have I seen what the new Tenpai Dragons are about? I don't follow like the new releases as much as a lot of people do, but I'll take a look at them. Are they cool? What is it? Is it like I don't know. I think the best finish that Heroes got was like second place at Moreno Valley. That was a pretty good finish. And that was from, I believe, Oscar. Really good fucking player. He's hella insane. It's a synchro-based dragon deck that can deal 37,000 damage. Cool. Only 4 likes is mad sus. I agree. Smash like right now. You won't. Diva Hero has also placed 3rd, 4th before. I think those count as hero. Yeah, it has placed well, but it hasn't won. We're predicting what wins. So far, the only decks to really win, like this hasn't won. Valhalla hasn't won. Amaryllis hasn't won. Frogs has never won. The only decks to actually like win an RBET have been like Christia, Blackwing, Vayu, Dragons. I think. I'm trying to think of like what else has won in the past. What has past prizing been like? Well, it's completely based on donations. So it's different every time. Does Fullerton not count? Oh, Fullerton. Yeah, Frogs won Fullerton. Okay, yeah, Frogs have won. Frogs won Fullerton. I totally forgot, Diego. My bad. Yeah, Fullerton was interesting. It was a smaller tournament. But we needed to do it to like test run to see if we could do the bigger ones. Oh, zombies. Yeah, zombies. Zombies won. Yeah. Zombies won too. Yeah, zombies win. Zombies is a great strategy, actually. I think it's really good. Especially the instant zombie deck is fucking crazy. I can't remember what else has won though. Yeah. Fullerton was small, but it does still count as an RBET, I think. At least. I think these are the only 6 decks that I've ever won one, though. If there was a water zombie, it would be over. Why? Because of, like... Why would it be over? Oh. What does being water do for the deck? Is there a reason for that? Because you could synchro with Fishborg Blaster? Is that what it is? That's probably what it is, right? Fishborg? Blink G says Vayu Turbo or Blackwing usually wins. It's a pretty even split, actually, I think, between these 4. Fairies won a couple. Or not. Disaster Dragon never winning is wild to me. No one ever plays it. Or no one good ever plays it, I should say. The one time ProStorm played it, he topped, I believe. And the one time James Ark played it, he also topped. But usually no one good ever plays it. And that was before we... before ProStorm and I came up with the DD Warrior Lady tech. Water Zombie for combining it with Heroes and Miracle Fusion. Oh, like Future Fusion. I see what you're saying. What decks he's allowed to play that you think is ass? Most decks, in my opinion, are like not that good. Like That's kind of the draw to the format. It's a really underpowered format. Like, most decks suck. Even the ones that people play. Did Lightsworn win in RBET? It didn't, right? It won one of the earlier tournaments that we were throwing, but it didn't win in RBET. I don't think it's won in RBET. What deck do I think sees a lot of play? Okay, we'll do a little underrated. Hold up. I'll save this real quick. We'll come back to this. We'll do a... Okay, underrated decks, in my opinion. Decks that are hella good that are underrated. I think Norleras is insanely underrated. I think Malicious is insanely... not Malicious. Diva Hero is insanely I think Diva Hero is like one of the best decks. But it's like super underplayed. I think Chain Burn is very underplayed. I think it's really fucking good. Probably one of the top picks for me of like decks that doesn't see a lot of play but is actually like super fucking strong. Chain Burn has a bit of a weak Blackwing matchup, but it beats everything else pretty handily, and you can side heavy for Blackwings. So maybe it's like not as high as the other two, but I think Norleras and Diva Hero don't see enough play. I think DD Warrior Lady Dragons, so I'll just put like Red Eyes doesn't see a lot of play. All the dragon decks in general are overpowered and underrepresented. Same thing with the Christia decks. They're overpowered and underrepresented. I think these 4 decks, plus like Chain Burn maybe being like a 5th, are amazing and nobody plays them. Decks that I think are overrated, I think Frogs are overrated. They're good, don't get me wrong, but they're like really fair. I think Vayu Turbo is overrated. I think Blackwings are accurately rated. I think that deck is just very good because Icarus Attack is so good. I'm trying to think what else is under or overrated. People say Frogs is a +1 every turn. What would you say to people that feel that way? Card advantage every turn doesn't matter. Like if you're getting like let's say the game is fast. It doesn't matter if you're getting a +1 every turn if you only have 2 turns. You get me? Like, you feel me? Like, if they kill you like outright, it doesn't matter if you have a +1 every turn. And so you have to play a lot of minuses, usually like battle phase stoppers that are just like hard minuses, like Fader and shit, just to not die and hopefully get value out of that +1 every turn. So it's like, yeah, you have a +1 every turn, but you also have to minus every turn to not just die. So like, you also don't have, like, there's no inherent unfairness. The quality of those pluses matter too. Yeah, like you have to have conversion for the Treeborn Frog and not draw too many frogs. Or you have to, you can never side out the frogs also. So like your engine is like locked and you have to have that engine for game 2 and game 3. And if your opponent just lands a sideboard card, you just fucking lose. And everybody sides for frogs because nobody knows how to play against it. So everybody just sides heavy for it. Vayu Turbo I think is overrated just because it's like pretty slow. Like if your Raikou gets stopped and you just draw a couple Vayus and a couple Sirokkos and you don't see your Greffer, you just lose. Like straight up. Like that's it. It's really prone to bricking. And even like the top players who play the deck know that. It has nut hands with like Burial and Dad, but like this deck bricks like almost worse than Dragon Turbo does. It's arguably about the same percentage. Frogs can counterside pretty well. No, they can't. If they just soul release your 2 Treeborn Frogs, the game's over. Like, you have 1 Burial, and that's it. It's literally that. It's like, okay. There's no other, like, countersiding besides, like, Soul Exchange or whatever. But, like, all those cards are, like, situational and bad. You know, like, they don't... I don't think Soul Exchange is necessarily, like, a terrible card, but it's just, like... I don't know. If someone flips a Mask of Restrict and you just don't draw your counterside, you lose. Connor says, is this RBET IRL or online? It's online, and you can sign up for it right now. in the really big Yu-Gi-Oh Discord. Yeah, I think these 5 decks are underplayed. I think these are, like, in my opinion, like, the strongest. You think Soul Exchange is terrible and you're a Frog player? Yeah, losing your battle phase fucking hurts. You're just giving your opponent a free threatening roar. It's tough. And then, like, I don't know. Where's Totagon? I need Totagon. You've lost too many games with Dead Soul Exchange? Yeah, it's like weird. It's like a weird smashing ground that you can't play. Like, if your opponent only has 1 monster, then you can't play it. Because, like, you Soul Exchange and then you sack for a Monarch and then you don't have another target. It's just weird. It's just a weird card. I also think the Krebin's decks are heavily underplayed. Like, I think Zombies is also underplayed. Zombies is insane. This might be, like... Zombies is, like, what everyone thinks Value Turbo is. It's, like, the best Dark Arm return deck. By far. These decks are underplayed. Always play what you're comfortable with. What good is a gene is it's not in an environment... What? I don't understand your statement. You asked the previous question. You said, do I think they're underrepresented because they're more reliant on a singular OP cards? No, I just genuinely think they're underrepresented because people follow trends. But this format is so wide open. You could win with literally anything. I don't think that there's, like, that much of a power difference between, like, any of these decks, really. Like, my point proven is, like, the decks that I think are mid are the decks that are actually, like, doing well. So, currently. Until people hate them out. Or learn how to play against them collectively. Like, we'll be watching games of, like... You can watch the tournament matches, and it's like, people still don't know how to play versus Frogs. Which is insane, because we're playing a fucking 14-year-old format. And these cards have been out for 14 years, and people still don't understand them. How long does day 1 normally last? Well, it's usually like 8 rounds of Swiss, and they're 45-minute rounds. So it's like usually like 7-8 hours. Gladiator Beasts are underplayed. No, that deck sucks. Oh, actually, we have a fun little graphic that I can pull up. We have a fun graphic. It's the game plan pentagon. I've been meaning to do, like, a video on this, or, like, stream on this. But this describes all of the... Well, this is something I've been thinking about. It's like a theory, right? This describes all of the decks' game plans in Edison format. Every deck falls into these 5, or every competitive deck falls into these 5. Basically, you have decks that are, like, normal summon attack, which is, like, Glads and Blackwings. You have lockout decks, which is, like, Fairy and, like, Uriah and, like, Burn and shit. Then you have, like, Mill Prage, which is, like, Value Turbo, Lightsworn, Amaryllis. Draw Spells, which is, like, Dragon Turbo. And then Synchro Combo, which is, like, Zombies. And then there are decks that are, like, combinations of these. Like, Quick Draw is both Synchro Combo and Mill Prage, for example. And, like, Blackwings can be Lockout because it plays Oppression, so it could be normal summon attack and Lockout, you know what I mean? It just depends on your... Like, this is the game plan pentagon. These are your game plans. Like, your 5 main game plans. What do I need to do in order to win in this circumstance or whatever? What do I need to do in order to win? And these are the 5 things. If that makes sense. Gregory says if you can play a tier 2 deck well or a tier 1 deck poorly, I think your thought process of tier 2 and tier 1 is already not the best way to approach this format. Like, because any deck can be... Like, because basically this format is, like, really centered around... MS says so Frogs can't win. Frogs can win. Anything can win in the format. It's very centered around not only how well you're playing, but also do you have the right sideboard cards or the right removal for the metagame and for the matchups that you face. Like, do you have the right cards? There's no deck that's like, and you can change certain decks. Like, for example, like, let's say Vayu Turbo is the metagame, right? And let's say your deck only loses to Vayu Turbo when they have Royal Oppression. So if you just add 2 Dust Tornadoes to your deck and it makes your, like, Vayu Turbo matchup good, is your deck now tier 1 or tier 2? Like, you can't really discern that. The only way you can know if your deck is, like, tier 1 or tier 2 is, like, how well it does in a predicted metagame, I guess. All your homies betting on Dragons tomorrow. Dragons has historically been one of the best decks to bet on that isn't Vayu Turbo, so yeah, I'd bet on them. I don't know. You'd probably get good odds. MS says Frogs can't win. Oh, this is just the underrated. I think Frogs and Vayu Turbo are overrated. I think these decks, maybe not the Psychic decks in the Chamber, but I think these 5 decks are underrated. I think people underrate these 5 decks at the top. MMA question. I'm not going to inform your bets, Pipo Felipe. All right, back to predictions, though. Back to what has won. So this is what has won in the past. But I think we could see anywhere of, like, there's, like, so many decks that could win. I don't even know who's entering tomorrow. Let me check the bracket real quick. Let's see who's already signed up. Based off of who's already signed up, maybe I can give a better educated guess. Because really, who's entering? Like, my last prediction was that Roundup was going to win with Frogs, I think. I think he was the last guy I predicted. And that was a safe bet. He ended up making top 8. Looks like Apropos has entered. He's a pretty strong player. Pana is also entered. It's lit. What do you guys think is going to win? Valhalla Fairy's going to make a comeback? It could. I could see Valhalla Fairies or Amaryllis doing well. I'm not sure about Machina. Maybe Machina could do well. Machina won the Birthday Bash tournament last year. Actually dominated the Birthday Bash tournament last year. The dude had such a sick list. It was like main deck Haiku, main deck Chaos Sorcerer. That list was so cool. Let's see if I can find that. It's on Feel Good Gaming's YouTube. So if we go to YouTube and we go to Feel Good Gaming, I think that was the biggest non-Konami, non-RBET tournament last year. I could be wrong. Let's see. Is this the Birthday Bash one? Here it is, yeah. Champion Machina. This list was, gosh, let's see if we can fucking skim through and find it. Okay, here's the monsters. He's got 2 Caius, Chaos Sorcerer, the main deck Cyber Dragon, DD Warrior Lady. Gaiku the Ghost Destroyer's got Lila, Triple Raikou, Trag in the main. 24 monsters, so like really monster heavy, like Chaos Machina. Using the Machinas is just a way to like pressure shit. Your wife's birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday to your wife, Hershey Bar. Shout out to wife guys, all the wife guys in my chat. If you have a wife, press 1. I'm trying to see something real quick. You're calling Quick Draw will top, Blackwing stonks are going down, and Quick Draw is a good matchup into all the other decks. Quick Draw does beat a lot of things. For sure. Yo, a lot of wife guys, actually. Giga Chad, wife guy, Edison players. That's pretty based. This list was really good. I'm going to smash like on this, actually. Because I like this list a lot. Let's check out his spell cards. So he's got Sorcerer, which usually conflicts with Avarice. Yeah, so he's got 2 Avarice instead of 3, because he's got the Sorcerer probably. Gonna make a Gemini guest appearance. Been ironing out the list. That'd be sick, Connor. Spells look pretty straightforward. He's got 1 book, 1 brain, 1 limiter removal. He is playing limiter removal. See, I think if you want to win tournaments, you should be playing limiter removal in Machina. Limiter removal is a I'm going to win this tournament card. If you cut limiter removal, it's like I want a more consistent list. But if you play limiter removal, it's like I want to win the tournament. I say this shit all the time, but like you should be playing the best possible, like the most powerful cards if you want to win a tournament. Because you're just going to be taking all those wins. And this trap lineup's just a bunch of 1-ups. 1 bottomless, 1 deep prison, 1 compulsory, 1 call. Seems solid. One of the cool things I like about these types of trap lineups, where it's just 1 of everything, is that in some matchups, like some trap cards are like pretty shit. Like versus frogs, deep prison's pretty bad, right? So it's kind of nice to only know that in your bad matchups, you will only ever break on 1 trap card maximum in a bad matchup. I like trap lineups like that. Although it can be like, I don't know. What do you guys think of that? You rarely lose because you have 1 bad card and removal auto wins so many games. Interesting. I don't know if you're agreeing with me or disagreeing with me, or maybe a mix of both. Gregory says, you and your friend, the guy who won California with Shinzo return, you came together. That limited removal thought process is true. Yeah, I agree, yeah. Like, sometimes you're going to break on your broken cards, but you just need to play them to win tournaments. Because, like, otherwise you're going to be in situations where you're like, man, if I had limited removal, I could just close out this game. Or, like, you could actually play to that, or make your opponent fear it. Like, the fact that you have it makes them fear it, too. And it makes them play a certain way. So, like, having broken cards controls the way your opponent plays. There are no bad threats, only bad answers. Yes, to a degree. In Edison format, yeah, no, that makes sense. In Edison format, a lot of threats are also answers, like Machina Fortress, or Dark Armed, or JD, or Caius, or whatever. So it's a little bit weird because like they kind of double as both. In a lot of cases, Bryonic is another one. So it's kind of hard to like... There can be threats that are answered by a lot, which makes them not ideal. But that's why Christia is so insane, because it's a threat that can't be answered by much, because they can't special summon to come back. Altering the way your opponent interacts with your deck is a huge advantage in Edison. Yeah, like if you can make your opponent play a certain way, then you have an inherent control over the game. That's why Frogs is a strong deck, because it forces your opponent to play a certain way. And so they have an inherent control over the game. But that being said, Frogs is also restricting itself, and it has its own restrictions. So it's like forcing both players to play a certain way. Do you think that the fear of cards like Limit Removal, Icarus, Gorge, do you think the fear they instill is better than the cards themselves? No, you have to actually play the cards to make your opponent afraid of them. Like if my opponent thinks I don't play Gorge, then they're just not going to play around it. Or if they have no reason to believe I play Gorge, then they'll just... I think the fear of the card can matter like round 1 or like game 1, but then like by game 2, people are just going to stop playing around shit that they haven't seen. Gabe says, did hybrid Blackwing fall off? Haven't seen anyone playing it, mostly just pure. I think a lot of people have moved towards pure because it supports a heavier trap lineup and plays Legacy of Yatagrasu, which is a really good card. What's up, HPR Shredder? Best Yu-Gi-Oh player NA. Welcome, my boy Jake. How are you doing? But I think hybrid is still a better deck. Even though Legacy of Yatagrasu is a good card, I think hybrid's a better deck because it's higher power. Like if you want to win a tournament, probably playing hybrid. I don't know. You need to make offering Diva gadgets viable. You're going to have to solve a lot of problems to make that happen, ill-fated. I think the biggest problem with gadgets is that every gadget beyond the first one is a garnet. You can play Legacy and Hybrid. You can, but you have less deck space, and it's like you don't have a lot of Did I see the Reckless Greed build? Yeah, I like Legacy better than Reckless though. I think Legacy is just better for a long game. Does a win with Blackwing even count? Yes, absolutely. A win matters. Like, winning matters. I don't know. Nothing else really matters but winning. I feel like getting first place in a tournament is the only thing that matters to me. Like, if I enter a tournament and I get less than first place, then I lost the tournament. Legacy is better. Yeah, Legacy is way better than Reckless Greed. Because, like, every time you... Like, the only time Reckless Greed is better is when you have all three, and then you have a kill set up after resolving all three. So it's like, even when you have two Reckless Greeds, having two Legacy is only... It's only worse if you aren't winning the game that turn. If you have two, like, because two Legacies plus your draw step is 3 draws, and two Reckless is 4 draws. But if you draw 4 cards and you don't win the game that turn, then two Legacies is better because it doesn't draw lock you for 2 more turns. You remember streaming your gadget match in one of the first RBETs versus Pro Storm, and you thought I was on 6 gadgets and 45 cards because I wasn't searching, but I just drew them all. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, if you play gadgets, it's just... Yes. Your game-winning strategy, losing, yes. What do I think about GK? I think it's good. I think it's got possibility. That could be a contender. We'd have to see someone like Swagger really take it to the top degree, though. GK is good. Yeah, I think GK is really good. There has to be a really good player with it, though. It's a hard deck to play. Because back to the game plan Pentagon, it's a normal summon attack deck. And you don't have, like, it's a normal summon attack lockout deck, kind of. But, it's, like, slightly worse than Blackwings. Like, at accomplishing that specific strategy. So... Congrats on passing 13,000. Thank you so much. We're actually almost to... No, we're not quite to 14,000. We're like... Almost like 13,200, something like that. But yeah. Stonks. Edison stonks, bro. To the moon. Swagger might have cooked you round 1 of Vegas if he was on Gravekeeper. Dude, he would have won Las Vegas if he was on Gravekeeper. I don't know why he didn't play it. The whole night before, I was like, you should play it. And then his teammate was like... I don't know about that. And I was like, bro, just play the deck that you've had insane results with. Then he didn't play it. He got scrubbed. And then he won every single side event he entered with it. 15K feels big and it's right around the corner. Yeah, 15K is okay. Like, my idea of YouTube is, like, kind of fucked because, like, I've worked on, like, other channels and stuff before. So, like, my idea of, like, what's big and what's not is, like, very different from, like people who aren't, like, super into it sphere. But 15K is really solid. I think 40K is, like, in my opinion, once you get to 40K subs and you're, like, getting the 40K sub views, that's, like, when you are big chillin'. That's when you know you can do whatever you want, basically. Do you have a favorite side deck card that you're really fangirling on that people don't use? Most of my favorite sideboard cards people catch on to pretty quick. Like, the one that I was really high on at the beginning of this last quarter, or the beginning of this quarter, was, like, Breaker and Kaiku are 2 that I'm really high on. And a lot of people side them now, and they do really well with them, so. You're into it and you think 15K is solid. 15K is definitely solid. It's, like, something I could put on a resume, which is cool. You like Tuner Scheme? I don't like Tuner Scheme. I also don't like Transmigration Prophecy. I really like Breaker. I think Breaker is insane. Breaker and Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer are like 2 of the best sideboard cards imaginable. Breaker is underrated still, especially into Vayu. Breaker's insane into Vayu. They'll go like set Raikou Prison, and then you just go pop Prison attack over the Raikou. Just like, what do you do? The 1900 stat line is really good too because it runs over Hamster, runs over Greffer. So like even if they don't have back row, it's like still a good stat line and it can just run shit over. Spell Shield type 8, that is a pretty good card, but it depends on the matchup. Destroys Armageddon Knight, yeah. Yeah, it just runs over like their little guys. And yeah, gets you. They usually play heavy counts of like Dust Tornado, Deep Prison, Royal Oppression, like stuff that doesn't stop Breaker. So he's usually getting a plus when he comes down. It's just a solid card versus that deck. Unfortunately, you can't really main Breaker while Frogs is a popular deck. There are just too many like no or low back row decks where Breaker doesn't really do much. But you can definitely side it. And in the matchups where you side it in, it's very good. Nobleman of Crossout's terrible. I hate that card. That card, every time I draw that card, like let's say I'm playing against Value Turbo, I'll like side it in and I'll draw it and they'll just have like Greffer Armed Wing. And I'm just like, I don't want a sideboard card that's good maybe 50% of the time. I want a sideboard card that is good 100% of the time. Being above deck dev and popping Royal Oppression is insane. Yeah, it's really good for that. Breaker is. Do I have his GK list? Yeah, I've posted with it, Flemmer. It's on, I posted like the one from Vegas, I posted it. I don't think that list is good by any means, but he had an insane result with it. Breaker has an art advantage, facts. Breaker is amazing, especially if you can compulse it. Yes, Breaker Compulsory is the combo. Gravekeeper Wave Motion gonna win tomorrow. I would be really happy if Gravekeeper Burn won. That'd be really cool. I love Burn. I'm a Burn guy. I know a lot of people hate Burn. Do you guys... Okay. I know this is gonna divide my chat. But if you love Burn, press 1. And if you hate Burn, press 2. And there's no in between. You either love it or you hate it. I feel like there's no in between. I'm gonna find my fellow Burn guys in the chat. Goddamn, a lot of 2s. Okay, no, it's cool. It's cool. It's sick when I'm playing it. I just love Burn. I think if Burn is ever viable, it's usually a sign of a good metagame. Like, there's never been, like, a Burn deck that was, like, oppressive. You chain Econ taking their nerves. There is way more unfun shit out there than Burn. I agree, RJ. Only if it's Amaryllis. Can we separate Burn from Amaryllis Burn? No. They're both Burn decks. Thoughts on Skill Drain? It's a fine card, but not many decks can utilize it fully. The only decks that can like kind of utilize it are Blackwings and Zombies, and even those decks, they hinder themselves by cutting off their own effects. So, Skill Drain is a tricky one. Yeah. You lost to Nurse Burn at a side event. I don't know how you could lose to Nurse Burn. That deck is really bad. Was he stacking? That should not have been a loss. You played his GK list, but could I pimp it? I think I could have the big brain. Yeah, we could build a GK list. You guys want to build a GK list right now? Let's build the optimal GK list. The tournament winning GK list. Let's do it. Luciano says, I love losing to 5 traps every turn. It's really fun. Side Decree. Side Jinzo. Alright, let's do it. Let's build the optimal GK list. Right now. GK is easy to build, but it's not easy to perfect. You know? Okay. Let's see, Necro Valley. We gotta play 3 Necro Valley. I just got told to get better. Yeah, just draw the out, Luciano. Just draw the out. Okay, this is optimal. So let's start with all the, like, obvious shit. You gotta play Solemn, I feel like. that's like a given. You gotta play Space Typhoon. I think some people don't realize this, but you gotta play Heavy Storm in GK. You can't not play Heavy Storm. Because at the end of the day, you're a normal summon attack deck, and normal summon attack decks always have to play Heavy Storm. Royal Tribute. Yes, you do have to play this. Some number. I don't know if 3 is the right number, but some number. We'll start with 3 and we'll come back to it. We'll revisit this. I think 3 is probably... I don't know, we'll come back to it. I think Book of Moon is really good. I would play 2. Just so your deck has like... He says Descendant. It's right there. Is Wonder Wand not in Edison? Yeah, Wonder Wand is not in Edison. Ill-Fated says 3 Upstart. We'll come back to that. We may not have space for it. I think you need to play Starlight Road. I think that this needs to be in every Gravekeeper deck. Allure of Darkness, we'll come back to that as well. We'll come back to Upstart Allure. Dad, you can't activate Dad under Necro Valley, but you could technically play it because this deck has a lot of grave control, so maybe. It's just weak when you're playing Royal Tribute because you'll have Dad in your opening hand and you'll always end up discarding it to Royal Tribute. Yeah. Gore's Trag. Once again, monster cards that sit in your hand in the Royal Tribute deck, pretty bad, generally speaking. Play Magical Hats to reset flips and ditch dead Royal Tributes. You could do that, but that just sounds like worse Book of Moon. Fiendish Chain, maybe. I think Bottomless is really good. I think Dimensional Prison is also really good in this deck. I think you got to max out those, and I think you have to play Mirror Force too. How's it going, Bendrix? Welcome in. I hope you're doing well too. Bottomless, Compulsory, Deep Prison, Trap Dust Shoot. What do you guys think? Trap Dust Shoot? We already have 3 Tribute. Torrential? Maybe. We're kind of an anchor monster deck. But, maybe. Brain Control? We have no conversion. We actually have 0 conversion. So, it'd just be a burn spell. I don't think that that's really worth it. Mind Crush plus 3 Tribute? Maybe. But then it's only good when you Mind Crush someone. Or when you Tribute someone. So, it's like kind of a combo card that already takes 2 other cards. Do you have Euro with Royal Tribute? Absolutely. Why would you not? Are you trying to cheat? Sangant and or Tomato. Maybe. Yeah, Sangant's okay. This is the same problem I get to every time I build this deck. It's like the first like 33 cards are really good. And then the next 7 cards are just like, I guess I'll play this. Like, I'm not like super happy to play Gale, but yeah, I think you have to play Gale. I think you do. Solidarity is good. No, it's not. But it could be. Virus at 1 in the main. Maybe. We already have Royal Tribute. Upstart and Allure. Do I really want to banish any of these monsters? Do we have enough darks for Allure? I don't think we do. Oh, we do. We have 10. That's like the minimum amount. But I basically never want to banish Spy. So it's like I have 7 darks for Allure. I would need to play 3 more darks to play Allure. Because you basically never want to banish Spy. It's like the best card in the deck. You just need anything to beat Stardust. The 34 cards just lose to Stardust sitting on the field. Deep Prison doesn't. Book of Moon doesn't. Set Spy doesn't. Gravekeeper's Guard doesn't. Not really. I need Compulse. Do I? Do we need Compulse? Grand Mole? Pretty terrible with Royal Tribute. Compulsory does seem strong. Play 1. Maybe Sidemore. I don't know. But it does seem good. Any reason no Torrential? Yeah, because like I don't want to trench on my own board. But we probably still end up playing it. I'm not sure if we main it or side it. Royal Oppression. Well, that's a good suggestion. Royal Oppression is good. At least one in the main. Spear Reaper, maybe. That could be good. Discard Traps could be good because of the 3 steel. Nah, you will end up discarding spell cards more often. Just because, like, you need your monsters to summon. 1 Spear Soldier. No, that card's disgustingly bad. Dust Tornado. We have Heavy Typhoon, Book, Descendant. We have a lot of ways to play through back row. Road. Compulsory. I don't think we really need Dust Tornado. Just slap 3 Caius. Once again, you'll get locked up with Royal Tribute every single time. Like, if you want to turn 1 Royal Tribute, you basically want to discard as few monsters as possible. Trag? Bruh. What did I just say? What does Trag do? It just sits in your hand. Trag in the deck where I'm actively trying to discard my own hand is crazy. Sidra is good. Yeah, Cyber Dragon is good. It's like a little bit conflicty with Oppression. But I think it's good. I don't know if we main 2, but 1 is fine. Night Assailant to get back Spy. That doesn't work under Necro Valley. So that doesn't have the combo because he targets. And Necro Valley and Edison will negate the targeting of anything in the grave. Maybe some Dark World monsters. But they're only good with Royal Tribute. That's the issue with Dark World monsters, is that you can't play them when you don't have Royal Tribute. Is it just 3 upstart? Is this it? Is this the optimal GK list? This doesn't even look... This doesn't look exciting. This doesn't look like it's spiking anything. You know? 2 Legacy of Yada. You could play Legacy in this deck. That's not the worst. Legacy might be better than Upstart. Because it, like, baits. Needs more cheese. Yeah, it does. It just needs more ways to win. Like, as of right now, like, outside of Royal Tribute, we don't really have ways to win. Abdul says, honestly, TT is almost always good, except when you're blowing up your own Gravekeeper Spy. Then it's not good. 3 Upstart, 1 Legacy based ratio. This looks like a solid negative 500 rating deck. I don't think Gravekeepers is a bad deck. What's up, Nim Nim? How you doing? Needle Ceiling? Bruh. Eradicator? We have no 2,500 darks. What? Where are the 20? We have none. We actually have 0. Mind Control. For what? For the 1 Gale? Deck Dev. We could play Deck Dev. With Solidarity. Why would I play Solidarity when I could play Gale and Cyber Dragon that are just better cards? Morphing Jar. That's the type of cheese I like. Morphing Jar. This is the type of cheese we need more of, is Morphing Jar. Now we're talking. Say less. Yeah, Morphing Jar is good. Deck Dev is just Royal Tribute. Yeah, kinda. It hits the draw phase though, which is nice. I just don't like that Deck Dev is only live when you have Necro Valley to play, but I guess it's the same for Royal Tribute. But like you have to like Necro Valley then set DDV and then they can end phase dust your Necro Valley and then your DDV is dead. DDV is also cheese, yeah, kinda. Brain Control, no. Already said we have 1 conversion now. Cyber Dragon. Oh, I guess Gale, 2 conversions. You're an advocate of Mind Crush in this. I'm just never an advocate of something that requires me to resolve Royal Tribute first to be good. Grand Mole, once again, terrible with Royal Tribute. DDR to counter main deck knock. It's only good if you play against Tommy Dang. Thunder King. Thunder King, there's a suggestion. I think Thunder King is really good in this deck, but I think it's better sided. I don't know, man. This looks fine. Legacy, the only reason I don't like Legacy is it doesn't dig you to turn 1 Royal Tribute. Crush Shoot is pretty cheese. If we played Trap Dust Shoot, I could see us playing Mind Crush main. Just because we have, like, that upside. But then I would really want, like, upstarts in this to try and find it ASAP. So, like, what could we cut for upstarts? Like, 1 Steel, 1 Book, 1 Deep Prison, and play 3 upstarts. This is starting to look legit, like what I want. Gregory says Thunder King not that great. What? It's really good in some matchups. Morphing Jar number 2 is more cheese. Yeah, but it doesn't do anything for our deck. Okay, so this is like our starting lineup. We've got a lot of cheese. Thunder King just stops your search. Yeah, it stops Commandant. That's a good point. Cut Cyber Dragon for upstart. You want to cut Cyber Dragon? Dude, Cyber Dragon is godly. -1 Compulse, -1 Cider, -1 Gale for triple Legacy. No, because Legacy is not turbo. You can't do it. You can't activate this card turn 1. It actually slows your deck down. You're taking away active cards for inactive cards like Legacy. Although you could make an argument for cutting some monsters since we have the upstarts and we don't want to have too many monsters alongside Royal Tribute. Token Ceasefire for game? What? Line of Spirit conflicts with Oppression. Yeah, it does. Cyber Dragon also conflicts with Oppression. We could go full Oppression. Full Oppression mode. How does this look? Burden of the Mighty? Why? Gale is too good in this? Is Gale better than the second Oppression? Or the Legacy? Yo, thank you for becoming a member in Rage Peacock. My guy. Shout out to my boy. Enjoy your new emotes and members only content. Prohibition is always a solid catch-all. In the sideboard, yeah, I actually do like Prohibition in the sideboard of this deck because you see their hand with Royal Tribute, and so it makes Prohibition so much better. Yeah, I agree. Okay, let's go test stand a bit. And then you guys can tell me what you think. Secret Village. Why? You're hella Madge? Why are you Madge? It was like 16 months. So in this hand, would you rather have this Royal Oppression or would you rather have Cyber Dragon or Gale? What do you think? Have I played any of the Star Wars TCG? I haven't. What's it called? Is it a new game? I think I saw the demo of the Star Wars TCG at TwitchCon. It looks really cool. I fucking love Star Wars. You'd rather have Gale in this hand. It just came out? It came out last Thursday? Star Wars Unlimited? Yeah, there was like a demo for it. Star Wars Unlimited. Is it sick? I didn't know there was a Star Wars trading card game. Well, I knew there was, but I didn't know it was like gonna be popping. The art looks clean. Dude, look at the Darth Vader. That's fucking cool. Actually, the art is great. What the fuck? Huh. That could be cool. Star Wars TCG. Okay. So, like, 5th card here, or 6th card here. Would you rather have the Suppression, or would you rather have a Cyber Dragon or Gale? Because in this hand, I'd rather have the oppression. Right? Because you can just set 4 Royal Tribute. Or activate, set 3 Royal Tribute. The oppression is better, right? In this hand, 6-card oppression. Would you rather have 6-card oppression or 6-card Gale? I'd rather have 6-card oppression here. Right? I don't know. This hand, 6-card oppression or 6-card Gale or Cyber Dragon. This is the first hand where like I would maybe want a Cyber Dragon. But even this hand is fine. The WoW TCG was low-key fire. I never played WoW, so I wouldn't have any attachment to that. This hand, yeah, Gale would probably be okay here, but even then, like, this deck is perfect, won't lose. The list looks good. I think this list looks fine. You can even just side the Gale if you want. I think the biggest issue with this deck is frogs, because that matchup is really bad. You know? Those hands with Secret Village. Yeah, when I summon Descendant and activate Secret Village and my opponent just attacks over my Descendant and now I'm locked out of using spell cards. You've been getting into One Piece. I heard One Piece is pretty good, but I have an issue with One Piece's IP in that it's very limited, and I think I have the same issue with Star Wars as well. It just isn't like something you can keep expanding on indefinitely for a trading card game. But like in a sandbox, it might be fun. Like where they only release a set amount of sets. Side Fossil Dyna for frogs. Yeah, that makes sense. I wish there was like Fossil Dyna, but not a monster, so we don't have to pitch it to tribute, you know. I'm playing double Deep Prison Mirror Force, double Bottomless. You can keep a Descendant on the field for 2 turns. That's only, you named 5 cards. Most decks can kill a Descendant, especially like going second. Just bottomless, they'll just bottomless it. Light Mirrors. Yes, I like the idea of Light Mirror. I'm not sure how many we want, but we definitely want 1. Your gripe with the One Piece TCG is that it's made by Bandai. Oh yeah, fuck Bandai, yeah. My Body as a Shield. It's an interesting card. The Star Wars one looks cool. I don't think we're siding Torrential or Compulse, but we might. We need side for Blackwings and Vayu Turbo. And this side right now doesn't have anything for either of those decks. I mean, Vayu Turbo you probably just free roll, but... You played Frogs for years. When Royal Tribute went to 1, you were so happy. Yeah, I feel that. Dust Tornado plus Starlight Red for Blackwing. That could be useful. 2 Sirocco in the side. Could be interesting. Knock, Second Road. We'll go Second Road. That makes sense. Imperial Iron Wall. Knock versus Vayu. Dude, I hate Nobleman. It's so bad. I wish there was like a better card than Nobleman. Imperial Iron Wall. We already have Necro Valley. We don't need Imperial Iron Wall. Necro Valley is Imperial Iron Wall. I don't even know. One Piece is stupid expensive. I guess Imperial Iron Wall, what does it do? It stops Kaya's Deep Prison. I don't hate it. I just wish it was a little better. Plague in the side? What are we ever siding in Plague for, you know? Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer, that conflicts with Necro Valley. It stops Knock. Okay, you're kind of spitting, but you have to preemptively flip it. Rivalry is still an option. Yeah, Rivalry is okay. It is nerfed in Edison format, but it does work in this deck. You can play Rivalry Goes In pretty effectively. Breaker. I want to do less monsters if possible because of Royal Tribute. But you could play Breaker. It's not the worst. Dust tornado. Maybe one dust tornado. I think you need all the frog hate, but I'm not sure if pulling the rug and Dyna is like the right frog hate. Prohibition named Treeborn Frog is pretty solid. Shield Crush. Snowman Eater. Trying to avoid monsters if possible. Dude, imagine siding this and then they knock you or they mind control you. And then you flip this guy and you're like, actually, negate. Dude, imagine. Oh my gosh, what if you just sided 3 of this guy? 3 of this fucker? That's so funny. Another book or DDV, Lightning Vortex. Oh, deck dev, yeah. Deck dev is kind of like Light Mirror in a way. I don't know. Deck dev's pretty good. It's probably worth citing. This looks fine. I don't know, maybe 3 pulling the rug is too many. Maybe you do like 2 pulling the rug and like 1 other card. I've got to run go use the restroom, but let me know what deck you guys want to build next. Hold up, I'm going to type a BRB thing on the screen. That is not the right BRB thing. There we go. BRB. BRB. I'll be right back. But let me know what deck you want to build next. This looks really good. This actually looks like a deck I would play in the tournament tomorrow. All right, I'll be right back. Entertain yourselves. Be exciting. back. I'm back. Alright, let's see what everyone says. What is everyone saying? Chain burn. Just copy Frog Slicer's list and add breakers. Skill drain zombies. We could do that. That's kind of cool. What's up, Gregory? You think you should throw Chalice in, stop the Ryko pop on Necro Valley? You could. Yeah, Chalice could be interesting. It's not the worst. I just don't know, like, what would you cut for it? Like, Royal Oppression, maybe? This is the only card I could see, like, cutting as a second Oppression, maybe. Gravekeeper has a problem against hamsters and Rykos. Not really. Just don't activate your Necro Valley until you've attacked. You can bait hamsters and Rykos really easily. Is Edison one field spell? It is, yes. Something with machines. I need a new chair. This chair is so squeaky. One of these days, I will crowdsource a new chair. Just kidding. I think this looks fine for Gravekeepers. If you started with this and like just added a 40th card, it'd be pretty hard to go wrong with, I think. Hear me out. I only play 2 Royal Tribute. Why would I play this deck then? Not why would I play this? I mean, like, why would we win? Like, will we win? I would play 2 Royal Tribute in a different list with like hella monsters, but we'd have to change the whole list. Like, if we're cutting Royal Tributes, then we'd have to change. Like, Upstart Goblin becomes significantly worse. Mind Crush becomes significantly worse. You know what I mean? Like, that type of thing. Like, if I play only 2 Royal Tribute, then we have to change the whole list. Like, Morphing Jar becomes worse when you don't have triple Royal Tribute. Compulsory becomes worse when you don't have triple Royal Tribute. That sort of thing. Zombies go well with Skill Drain. Kinda. Losing Brown fucking hurts. You'd play 1 Terraforming, so you have 4 ways of digging to turn 1 on Tribute. I would do that if I wasn't playing Upstarts and also Dust Shoot. Dust Shoot is kind of like in the Terraforming slot as like a extra way to have that sort of hand rip effect. I could also see like not maining Cross Shoot, just citing it. Yeah, that's the vibe. Reckless Greeds, why? Just doesn't work in this deck. This deck can't OTK. Reckless Greed is only good if your deck OTKs, like Dragon Turbo or whatever. Blackwings. Sometimes. I wouldn't even play him in Blackwings. I know there was a zombie Lightsworn deck that topped back in the day that played Reckless Greed, because it like, if you resolved double Reckless Greed, you could like draw through your whole deck. But I think it might have even been before Edison format. Voting for Dark Creator plus Necroface Synchro Spam. Oh, just if you want to play Dark Creator Synchro Spam, just copy the Zyver list that I posted with a few days ago. What's up, Julian? How are you doing? I think this looks good. You could play a game with this and probably get pretty far. The only thing is like your little win condition light, but I think that that's okay. Like having to deal 10 or even 11,000 damage through upstarts seems really difficult with this deck, but definitely possible. I also hate that Royal Oppression conflicts with Gravekeeper Spy. It's kind of like your best card. You can never flip a Gravekeeper Spy on your turn if you have Royal Oppression face up. Junk Synchro Spam. Opinion on Malefic Stardust? It's not legal. That's my opinion. You're better now that you can hear my beautiful voice. This is advanced. That's very advanced. Codaris. I've been working on Codaris. Codaris is hard, man. That deck is... It wants to slot into an OTK deck, right? Like Codaris, because it like pops stuff. But then I'm like, what is this spell-based OTK that you could do afterward, or like a special summon OTK deck that you could do afterward? The flip control, was it the one with Mask of Darkness? The deck was cool. Let's go back to the RBET predictions though. What was our predictions? Underrated. Oh, Norleras. We could build Norleras. Like an optimal Norleras. So optimal Norleras probably plays 1 or 2 Norleras. Hold up, this is gonna get intense. I think this is a deck that is very underrated as well. Summoner Monk. Possibly play him. Then you play Space Typhoon, Heavy Storm, Cold Wave, Dark Armed, Dark Creator. Oh yeah, Trinid, yes. Of course, yes. You might not even play Space Typhoon, but maybe. Card Destruction? Maybe. I'm not sure if you play Armageddon Knight. So from this point, oh, Dark Creator. You gotta play a lot of him. He's kind of like the most important card in the deck. Because he's like the next best thing you can copy. Maybe you play like 2 or 3, depending on the build. Like if you're playing a trade-in build, then you play obviously the full 3. Beginning of the end. Welcome back, Zyver. Welcome back. I see that you are here, ready to say beginning of the end. You could play beginning of the end. If you play Card Destruction, that would make more sense. So the big question for Norleras is like, what's your follow-up play? Are you Vayu or are you Dragons? Because like that's a big turning point in like where your list goes. Only 20 likes? Yeah, they gotta smash like. Why not both? Both Vayu and Dragons? Because you just don't have deck space for it. Yeah. Gores? Yeah, you probably do play Gores. You made a Frog Evil Hero last week. 3 Miracles, 3 Dark Callings went hard. That's pretty based. You probably do play some number of Gold Sark. There's actually a card I really like in Norleras, which is Monster Reincarnation. I actually really like this card. I think it's like very underrated in Norleras. Solid Spanish. That's probably my best second language. Vayu with a bunch of millers? No. No milling. 0 milling. The only milling we're doing is targeted milling with Dark Refer. Psychics and then throwing Power Wells? No, because it doesn't work. You can't Norleras then Power Well because you have to discard your Power Well. Do you understand? It doesn't work like that. Like what you want to do has to be good from the graveyard. Monster Reincarnation is a silly tech you like in Quick Draw. What do you use it to get back in Quick Draw? Debris? I feel like that's okay. But what are you discarding? Volcanic Shell maybe? Vayu is more consistent. Dragons is a stronger engine because you have Future Fusion. You should play Dark Calling and then discard it to the Norleras. Does that sound like a good plan to you? Discarding our own Dark Callings. Dragons and Future Fusion would be dope, so we can get the effect of Red Eyes Wyvern. Yeah, so Dragons is definitely better on terms of like raw power. But Vayu has a better like B game, I guess. Finn says, yo, you've never used Discord and you're having trouble how to figure out how to use the command. Just literally just type the command and it'll show up. Like, it's not like there's anything special you need to do. You just, the command that's there, just type it into the chat. And that's it. And then it'll prompt you from there. Get back Debris or Caius. Discard Dandy is OP. Is Dragon Mirror secret dragon tech? No, because you have to discard it to Norleras. You won your last local with Helpless Dragon, Norleras Dragon. You're so high on the deck. I think Plague is always necessary because of the stack play. Like, no matter what build you're playing, you're probably still playing Plague. I'm not sure if you're still playing Card Destruction too, but probably. Like in any of the builds, probably still playing Card Destruction. Necrogardna is also important. I'd never play Necrogardna in this deck. Or maybe I have like once, but I usually don't play it because it's just a brick. I could try a Destiny and Dragoon package. So what do? You polymerization into Destiny and Dragoon and then you bring it back? And then you try to leap the Destiny and Dragoon? I don't hate that. That's kind of cool. For real Malicious? Maybe. I think you play Malicious in the Vayu variant, but you don't play it in the Dragon variant. Because the Dragon one takes like at least 12 cards. Because you need... The Dragon variant, you have to cut a lot of these cards. Like, you can't play Double Reincarnation. You can't play Cold Wave. Like, the Dragon version, you have to make space for, like, at least 10 dragons and then trade-ins as well. Alright. Which direction are we going? Vayu or dragons? We could do both. Let's just save this deck as... So now we have both. So this is the dragons version. Let's just do both, fuck it. Alright, so for the dragon version, you usually play Dark Horus, some number, and you play Red Eyes. Then you play Future Fusion. And then you play Trade-In. You play like one less of this. And I sometimes like to main Drago and Armageddon Knight. Sometimes, just depends. I don't really love Cold Wave in the Dragon version because it's like conflicts with all the draw spells. One Clear Vice instead of one Dark Horus. Sure. I actually hate that. No, I disagree. I think Dark Horse is better. Because Dark Horse, if you get it in the grave, it's like an OTK setup, whereas Clear Vice is not. You could side Clear Vice for like Blackwings and Honest matchups, but I think it's always right to have the OTK pieces. You could play Lightning Vortex in this deck too. So the way I play this deck is I side like Deck Dev and Infernal Dragon. And then I also side Decree and Prohibition. Maybe even a Burial. Oh, you'd have to play Foolish too. Or you'd want to play Foolish at least. Maybe you side the Cold Wave. I think this is probably like close. The numbers might be wrong. But this is like what I'd start with dragons. Maybe the monster reincarnation is not ideal. Side return. Yeah, you could return. Burial in the side against Crow. That doesn't work the way you think it works. Like if I go Phantom of Chaos and they chain Crow, then that just resolves. And my Phantom of Chaos resolves without effect. And then if I burial it back, I still can't use my Phantom of Chaos. So now I've just gone -2 to a DD Crow. So it doesn't work that way. It does work well with Wyvern specifically. But Kaiku's better Crow Protection. Prohibition is even better because it doesn't take your normal summon. So it's better to go Prohibition, name DD Crow. And Prohibition can also name Herald of Orange Light. So that's why I side Prohibition in this deck. And also Deck Dev. Deck Dev helps you against DD Crow. Those are like... I think that's much better than siding Burial. Is having these... Plus like Deck Dev and Prohibition can do other things too. Whereas Burial, it can put back stuff for Wyvern, but usually doesn't. Then for the Vayu build, it's a little bit different. Because you do actually play Burial. Because it's so good with these guys. Oh, and you definitely play Elfin as well. So, you do lose a lot of draw power in this build, which sucks. But you do get like an okay B plan. If they soul release, having return to get big dragons is your thought. I think it's better to side DDR. Because that works better with the back row removal that you play. And DDR can like put something in the graveyard and set up for an OTK. But even that, I don't know. Not really high on it. Is Sangan slow? Yeah, it's pretty slow. Play Gale in the Vayu list? I don't. I only want to play like really high impact shit after you draw. Like I want to play something, I want to draw something after I Norleras that I can play immediately, and it's just amazing. Gale, you can't play immediately onto an open board. It's just a 1300 vanilla onto an open board. Seeing these decks side by side, the Dragon version looks better. Yes, on paper, the Dragon version is a lot better, but the B plan of the Vayu one is pretty solid. This one also plays Foolish, of course. You could make an argument for like one Armageddon Knight. I think this is the list where you play a lot of Monster Reincarnation. Because this list is most likely just trying to tutor Dad and then Monster Reincarnation back and then just spam it. Dragons can also be bricky, yeah. This list is definitely bricky in a way, but it's not as bad, I guess. What else do we add to the Dragon one that I'm forgetting for the Vayu one? It's like trade-ins, Gold Sarks, yeah. Deck Dev. You definitely play like the Deck Dev Prohibition stuff, but you don't have to play fucking shitty Infernal Dragon. So you can just play 3 of each. You could even main Prohibition if you want to. It's not the weirdest thing. This one's weird. This one's actually kind of weird. Call seems good in the Dragon one. It can be. It's just slow. Do we have Rhoda in the Vayu version? Yeah, it's right there. Why not Eradicator? Because Norleras does that already. And the spell cards you don't really care about. You mostly care about like DD Crow. But you could side Eradicator. It's probably better just to have Decree than Eradicator though. I don't know, I could be wrong. Eradicator versus Frogs is pretty strong. Like you can side one Eradicator. Or maybe just fuck it. Full send on all 3. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure what else you would main in this that like really goes with the strategy. We'd have to like test hand it a little bit to see. My initial thought is teleport Krebins or something like that. Caius maybe. Malicious. Return. This could be the build for return because it's like functionally a dad return deck. Or you could play Tretch. I think the list I was losing to was maining Tretch. And sided like this. And then it also had can't remember what else it had. It had like fuck, where's Codegram when you need him, right? Maybe this one did play Necrogardner. I don't even know if this list played Monk or not. It's too early in Yu-Gi-Oh to where they're banish this trap effects, right? I don't know what you're talking. Oh, you mean like breakthrough skills? Yeah, there's none of that in Edison. There's some, but it's, yeah. Maybe you just main soul release. Is that disgusting? This Violist doesn't typically play Monk. Yeah, it probably doesn't. But I'm not sure what you would play if you cut the Monk, you know? Like, sure, it doesn't typically play it, but like, what are you playing instead of it? Is it just more Norleras? Maybe you need a second Norleras for the second activation. Let's go see how this draws. I think I have less experience with this one. But from what I remember... Yeah, from what I remember, it's like... Oh, this is the wrong deck. God damn it. I remember the deck works because you can just always find Dark Armed and then like Monster Reincarnation it back. Like the deck just always sees Dark Armed. So like worst case scenario, you're playing like a Dark Arm spam deck, which is usually better than most other decks. Yeah, so in this hand, Monk doesn't do anything, but that's just because, I don't know. It's just going to be Greffer food. You just booked? Hell yeah, Antonio. Can't wait to see you there, bro. Upstart. Yeah, like I would not want to pitch any of my spells here. So I'd probably just go like Greffer, Pitch Plague, send Norleras. And then pass and say good luck, have fun. That doesn't really matter what they do because they're getting phantomed. But we have Plague. So if we Plague stack, like let's say Greffer dies, right? If we Plague stack Dark Creator. So we would stack Dark Creator for Plague. Normal Monk, get Phantom. If we Monk, pitch, get Phantom, Synchro into Tempest. I'm trying to see if there's a way we could get 5 Darks and still leave the Dark Creator on top of our deck. I don't know if it's possible. Like we would Storm, obviously. Phantom, copy the Norleras. And then even if we Burial, we're going to have 4, which is fucking annoying. Unless we... No, yeah, there's no way to, like, Synchro first. I can chain Burial to Norleras. Yeah, but that still leaves us with only 4 because the Plague is going to get banished. You don't think there's a reason to Plague there? Yeah, we need to stack our Dark Creator. That's the reason to Plague. If we don't stack the Dark Creator, then we're discarding it to Norleras, and then we don't have a Dark Creator. I still have BRB? Oh, Nice catch. Nice catch. Nice catch. Thank you, playtest IRL. Totally forgot about that. Okay, I can't believe no one mentioned that. We built 2 whole decks, and no one mentioned it. Oh my god. Yeah, I think that's just an awkward hand. The monk there didn't help. If it was like an 8-star or something, or another elfin or something, it could have been really good. This hand is great. This hand is just turn 1 Norleras with the guys. So, we wrote a Greffer. We'd special Greffer by pitching whatever, it doesn't really matter. Activate Greffer, pitch value, send Plague, maybe? Then we'd Foolish Norleras. Does this, if we stack and banish Norleras, we still only have 4, right? So it's better to not send Plague here, because we'd still only have 4 for Dark Creator. So it's better to send another value. And then we Phantom, blow up, draw a card. This guy would be banished. And then we draw into Regeki. That's insane. And then we have Armor Master plus Follow Up plus Treacherous. That's pretty good. I have to stack last. Normal Summoner. Wait, Summoner? What is Summoner? Summoner Monk? Oh, okay. Pitch Heavy. Oh, that means we can't Heavy then. So we just have to assume their background doesn't stop it, though. If we can pitch Heavy there, then yeah, it's good, obviously. But if we can't pitch Heavy, then it's not great. This hand's really good. Probably wrote it first. What's happening in Rancho? RBET, brother. Don't you know? Aren't you in on the happening? Should I pull up the RBET schedule? Just signed up, got super excited. RBET LA, bro. Upstart Goblin. Oh, this is just turn 1, question mark? Yeah, this is turn 1. Because you can pitch special, pitch, send Norleras. You could turn 1 pop, but you wouldn't have the value. So I don't know if that'd be better than like just setting up. Dude, this deck is crazy. I don't know why people don't play this deck. It's so fucking good. Every time I see it, I'm like, damn, this deck's fucking crazy. Holy shit. It's just so consistent. And it has like nothing but broken draws. And you can pretty much navigate any situation because Norleras gets you out of everything. Like Oppression doesn't matter, Norleras. Hella back row with Starlight Road doesn't matter, Norleras. Like Norleras just gets you out of every situation. Black Whirlwind and you have +1, oh, Norleras. Now you don't. Like it just gets you out of every situation. The only thing it doesn't get you out of is like Drill Warrior. That kind of fucks you. People are really scared of Kaiku's overrepresentation in the side decks. Yeah, I mean, just side for it. Like, it's literally just... I don't know, man. This deck destroys a lot of the like decks that people think are good. Like, this deck probably free rolls Blackwings. It probably free rolls Dragon Turbo. And those are like a lot of people's top 2 picks. And this deck probably destroys it. The Dragon version is probably a little different. I'm not exactly certain. Like the Dragon version, you kind of have to high roll Future Fusion. But it's probably still very good. Because you can high roll Future Fusion. Yeah, this looks good. Trade in. Draw 2. I just hate playing trade in as a card. It pisses me off. Yeah, I just don't like trading as a card. This is the issue with the Dragon one, is that Darkness Metal and Wyvern are like not good in hand. In the Vayu one, you would have this hand, but you'd have like a Vayu, which would be okay. I don't know, that's probably still fine though, because you have broken card destruction. Never mind. Monk with no spell. That's crazy. 5 darks, 1 time? Never lucky, dude. You don't think you've ever gotten worse with second at locals with any Norleras deck? Yeah, Norleras is crazy. The only decks that can like really compete with it are the ones with hella hand traps. And even those, they can just Prohibition and then combo you. If a good player were to play Norleras, it would probably have like... It would probably be one of the best decks in the format. If not the best deck. It has a lot of potential. Anyway, those are kind of my slept on picks. I think these 5 strategies. I think, what is this deck? Diva Hero is so fast. It's so good. Every time I play against that deck, I'm very impressed. And then, it's just a little bricky. The double Mally and the Gilman. You can sometimes have awkward hands. But if you like minimize those bricks, the deck becomes very strong. I think Instant Zombies is... It's not underplayed. I think a lot of people play it. And obviously it went undefeated at the last RBET. So it's obviously very good. I think Fairies and Dragons are definitely underplayed. They're amongst like the 2 best decks in my opinion. And I think Blackwing's, ironically, underplayed. I think the deck is great. Dark Creator has 3 and one of them is common. Norleras is kind of rare. You hate playing against Norleras. Man, it can crush you out of nowhere. It definitely feels like one of the most unfair decks. Yeah. One of the nice things about playing against Norleras, though, is if your deck does have grave synergies. Like, if you're playing DD Warrior Lady Dragons, you're kind of, like, inherently good against Norleras. Because if they discard your Wyverns or they discard your Totems, like, you're just getting the grave advantage before them. So, the Dragon decks can sometimes, if they're playing the triple Wyvern, like that sort of structure, they can be really well suited. And then Vayu Turbo, if you discard like Vayus and stuff, sometimes it can come back to bite you after the Norleras. That's like the big thing, is like if you set up their graveyard too much. What I feel about Gravekeepers and Gladiator Beasts. Did you just tune into the stream? I think Gladiator Beasts is like really bad. But I think Gravekeepers is like okay, at least playable. I think Gladiator Beasts is like horribly underpowered in the format. You have to do so much just to win. Heraclinos is busted, but... Yo, Nab, my guy. Always hit me with the how are you. I'm doing good. How are you doing, Nab? What are we cooking next? I've got time to cook one more deck. So... Then I gotta go. Because your boy has to go to Los Angeles. So... I've gotta leave. I've gotta leave the city. What are we cooking next? Cook some rocks? Nope. Psychics? No. Just go play Zyver's List. It's good. You had a DD Crow save you from the Norleras. That's hella good. What's the plan in LA? Playtest IRL. Actually, bro, if you're not doing anything this weekend and you want to hop on commentary for RBET, I will be in LA. So we could link up, stream it together if you want. I asked Totagon, but he says he wants to play. I've got a few things I got to do, work-related stuff in LA, but... Yeah, if you want to link up for the stream, just let me know. Then you can re-register. Like, you can fix your deck, bro. you can just submit a different deck. Up until signups close, you can keep submitting decks. Unfortunately, you're in Bay Area for One Piece. F, dude. F. Oh well, have fun. Have fun. You have to remove yourself? No, just do the same thing again, and then you're fine, Vin. Yeah. Here's an edit deck list command. That's fire. Can I break Dragon's Mirror? I have posted a video with my favorite Dragon's Mirror deck. Yes. You've been playing Mass Dragon and shit? You're approaching it wrong. I'll just say that much. Let me see if I can find the video. I swear to God, the last time I looked for this video, it took me forever. It'll be an RBET chat. My goat, dude. Oh, new playtest IRL talking about the Edison format reprints. Smash like. Wait, ads. And it calms menopause? I need this ad. This is important. Wait, we need this ad.
Intensity with Estrovera.
Yes.
Plant-based supplement, clinically proven.
Oh, plant-based. Plant-based. Don't watch? No, we're not watching. We're not watching. I'm not leaking. Watch the video. If you want to watch Playtest IRL's video, watch it. But I was just dropping a like. Okay, thank goodness I'm getting menopausal ads. Because that's... Do they know who I am at all? Like, is my targeted ads working at all? Like, what the fuck is going on? I am in fact a 65-year-old woman. Yes, that is true. All right, what were we looking up? Oh yeah. Let's see if it comes up. Your target audience is women based. It's one of these two. I don't remember which one it is. Yeah, if you search Lightsworn Dragon E3 Yu-Gi-Oh, it'll come up. I don't know if it's this one. This one might not have the Dragon's Mirror. No, this one is the D-Draw one, but this one is the Dragon's Mirror one. Yeah, the one with fucking Lumina, but she's the girl from House of Dragons. Or not House of Dragons, fucking Game of Thrones. I'll know all about the menopausal medicine and my lady will be impressed. She may be impressed. I don't know. Will she be impressed that I know about menopausal medicine, or will she be more concerned that I know a lot about menopausal medicine? Who knows? The world may never know. That'd be funny. Vin, you can just use the same command, I believe. Alright. Are we cooking one more deck? Is that what's happening? Or am I just going? You can't play tomorrow, but you'll be in chat. My goat. Thank you so much. It shows empathy for her in the future. Thank you, guys. I otherwise would have struggled to show empathy for my future wife. I don't know where I'd be without you guys, actually. Yeah, holding it down for me. Telling me to watch the menopausal ad. Wait, Playtest IRL, you're not telling me to watch the ad because it's on your channel, right? Like, that's... You're not telling me to sit through the whole ad and not press skip because it's on your channel specifically, right? Is that... Your Jinzo returns just came in the mail. It's happening. Hell yeah, dude. That's hype. Alright, are we cooking one more deck? What are we cooking? Diva Hero? That Spy Diva Hero deck's interesting, but it's just like even more garnets. Does skipping the ad reduce revenue? I think so. I don't really know. I think so, though. Min is showing empathy cringe. No, it's not. It's based. You just want free press. Get the free press, bro. Get out here. You wonder if there's a Norleras deck with Drill Warrior. I tried it, and it's so hard to pull off. Because you need to find specifically Quick Draw Dandy, and then you need to find Greffer. It's literally an Exodia combo. Vin says, not showing my wife empathy challenge. In parentheses, easy, free win. That's a fucking banger tweet. Oh wait, how's the Trigodia tweet doing? I made this Trigodia meme because there was that like fucking hold up, I'll pull it up for you guys. The ideal woman grows with you, like Trigodia. Oh my god, dude, how's it doing? Is it popping? Oh, it's kind of popping. Like almost 200 likes. That's pretty good. It's okay. I'm mostly just leeching MVT on this one. The QRT train is running. Dude, the original post is insane. It says the ideal woman talks to males only till it's work related. That's like, first off, that sentence doesn't even work. It's talks to males only till it's work related. It would be only if it's work related. Like, this guy's so dumb he can't even form a functioning sentence. He can't even do his sexism right. That's so funny. Will adjust to your level. Yes, ideal. Trigodia is an arachnid? Are we sure about that? Can we get confirmation? I feel like Trigodia is like just a demon. You empathize with those who get Norleras turn 1? Are you telling me you Norleras your wife? That's kind of cruel. Like forcing your Norleras or your wife to play Edison so you can Norleras someone over and over again, and she can't leave unless she divorces you. What do I think I shitpost on more, Twitter or Blue Sky? It's like a little bit different on each. Definitely Blue Sky, but I also like IRL posts on Blue. Like Blue Sky is more like personal. Twitter is more like I am farming engagement or trying to. RJ says men get so weird online. You watched a vid from a dude who said it's bad to be close to your partner's friends. Yeah. Yeah, you can't be friends with your partner's friends. Illegal. Banned. Actually, anti-religion. Whatever religion that you practice, it's against that. It's not a good move. It's fine your wife donks you consistently with iron hands. Oh, dude. That sucks. Actually, the girl I'm dating right now and I are building Pokemon decks, and we're going to play Pokemon soon, and I'm really excited to just beat her ass at Pokemon just over and over and over again and just watch her cry and be like, no, babe, it's fun. You just have to, like, stop misplaying, you fucking scrub, and then just keep, like, just doing it until the relationship is over. Like, it's like, you know, when you're, like, a really shit person internally, but not shitty enough to, like, actually be abusive, you have to, like, take it out in, like, when you're gaming. Like, you have to get, like, hyper competitive with your spouse. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping this no, I'm just kidding. Your wife's best friend just got her doctorate, and you openly wept tears of joy. Yes. Finally. Finally. A doctorate. When you lose to your wife, she gets to use the butt plug on you. That is satanic, Billy. That is, like, actually, I don't know where that came from. Once again, playing into what RJ just said, men get so weird online. I can see that that's immediately happening. You went to a bar last night and you saw this guy in a shirt that just said, I am afraid of women. That is peak. And he was singing I'm Just Ken for karaoke. That is actually peak. That's fucking hilarious, Ivor. Yeah, I definitely saw a couple of those guys who were wearing the same shirt last night, but it didn't explicitly say I'm afraid of women, but their outfit definitely said that they were afraid of women. Is Stardust Assault Mode any type of meta? It's like fringe. You were dating a girl who slid into your DMs by asking for a boxing lesson. She didn't realize I was going to make her drill technique for 45 minutes. Bro, when they're like, yeah, can you show me a thing or two? And you're like, all right, run 5 miles every day. You must train like Khabib. That's hilarious. Plot twist, Keegan gets destroyed in Pokemon TCG by his girl. No shot. I'm the Pokemon master. I'm the GOAT, dude. There's no shot. I'm never losing in that game. I'm never losing. I'm the Pokemon GOAT, dude. It'll never happen. You guys think it's an Pedal crustacean. Trigodia. It's fucked up. Your wife's both better at card games than you are, and she has better results in Pokemon. And she's better at Melee. That's tough, Sevilla. That's tough. That's tough. You gotta come up with something quick. Maybe take up chess or something. You're flipping. Oh, you flipping warning on your wife's Grandmaster of the Six to subtly throw our pecking bet. That's hilarious. That's cursed. You're a better chess player. Okay, there you go. You gotta assert your what is it? Fragile masculine ego somehow. You have 2100 elo in chess? That's fucking nuts. That's actually hella high. That's like almost Grandmaster. Trigodia is this hidden 65th gender. Your girlfriend is better than you at League? That's League though. That's like saying your girlfriend is better than you at doing heroin. Like, alright, but who's losing at the end of the day there? You're better at Yugioh, so who's the real winner? You, definitely. But not because of Yugioh, just because she plays League, and that's... She's gotta hold that. Hey, don't insult the people who do heroin. True, my bad. My bad to all heroin users. League is... Jesus Christ. League is far more addictive, of course. They are too tired to notice. God, you guys are brutal today. League players are something else. I think the girl I'm dating has played League. I'm not sure if she plays League. But she has played it maybe? Or maybe she hasn't played it. But she likes the idea of League. Like she watches Arcane. So I feel like she knows more about League than I do. I don't know. It's all good. Emily won't be the better Melee player for long. Is Frog Plant going to be a real thing tomorrow? It was yesterday. Or not yesterday, last RBET. Heroin might be more addictive, but you think League has ruined more lives? I can't agree with that. Like, if we're being objective, heroin has obviously ruined more lives than League. Just because heroin's been around longer. Arcane is goated. Have I watched it? No, I haven't watched it. Everyone's like, Keegan, you gotta watch Arcane. I'm like, I'll watch it. I'll get around to it. And it just keeps getting further and further away. I just keep watching other things instead. I heard Arcane is good. I gotta try the new DBS TCG. Is that Dragon Ball Strikers? I heard their client is pretty fucking good. How do we adjust for inflation to compare lives ruined by heroin versus League? No, there's just no comparison, man. Heroin's ruined so many lives, man. That shit's so fucking gross. Dragon Ball Super. Oh, Dragon Ball Super. I would play it if I wasn't already heavily addicted to like 6 different card games. And by 6, I mean 2. I would play it if I wasn't like kind of all in on Pokemon right now. Low-key. BTS, I am Pokemon pilled. I'm not really playing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! In my day-to-day life outside of this channel. I'm playing a lot more Pokemon right now. DBS being a Bandai game is the only reason I don't play it. Dude, Bandai fucked themselves, man. They're just shooting themselves in their foot. Don't put painkillers up your nose. Yeah, don't. That's a great idea. I'm glad that you're in a better spot feeling Grizzly. Then says crash of me. No, that's fine. We're just joking, but it is pretty serious. You're playing a lot of Star Wars. Dude, everyone is talking about the Star Wars TCG. When did it come out? It sounds fucking awesome. Was it Star Wars Unlimited, right? The cards look so sick. Is there only one set out right now? Or is this booster box of Star Wars Unlimited? Who makes this? Is it like, is Disney making this? Is it its own company? Star Wars Unlimited, the official trading card game site. Dude, I fucking love Star Wars. Like, I think Star Wars is sick. Like, it was my favorite shit as a kid. Grand Inquisitor. It's the same people who make Lorcana. So Lorcana makes the Disney trading card game, right? How's the quality on the print of the cards? Are the cards like shitty or are they nice? What's released right now? Is it just like one set and like starter decks? Anyone play Lorcana? I don't play Lorcana. Lorcana. Game is unlike anything you've ever played. And you've played a lot, playtest IRL. Huh. Is it sick? Pill me on it right now. They have a competitive play on there. Ooh, interested in tournaments for Star Wars Unlimited? Learn more about the competitive side of the game here. A grand competition. Galactic Championship? I can be the best Star Wars trading card game person in the galaxy? Are you dead ass? What? I have to win the Earth Championship first. Then I can go to the Galactic Championship. You won your first locals with Boba Fett. That's kind of hype, actually. This is kind of hype. So how does it work? Pill me on this. This is kind of sick. I'm just like totally derailing the stream. How to play. Setup. To set up a game of Star Wars Unlimited, each player puts their base into play in the center of the table. Wait, base? I can be based? I can be based in this game? What? You can be based? What? So you start with like a field and then players place their leader cards. So you get a commander. So it's like field and commander, right? You got Administrator's Tower, okay, in Cloud City. Okay, so you can do like Cloud City or like you got like Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. You need to be based? Like you have to be based to play this game. Oh, that's fucking based. Okay, so you have a hand and you have resources. What the fuck is resources? Is that like trap cards? Dude, I'm so pilled. Say less. Dude, this guy's an R2-D2 in play. Say less. Dude, the art is so classy. It looks so good. Oh, this looks so fucking nice. Dude. Resources mana. Oh, so it's like One Piece kind of. Okay. Dude, the X-Wing card looks fucking sick. What? Is it... Wait, you said expensive to play? Why is this game expensive? Wait. Are the cards expensive? Like, what is the... Are they just not very available right now? What makes it so expensive? Luciano says Hearthstone solos. Dude, I don't know. Hearthstone doesn't have the IP, though. Scalpers and low print run. Dude, fuck scalpers. So what's different ways to play? Oh, there's draft and sealed. Wow, that's really cool. Can't be that much worse than current Yu-Gi-Oh! I think the issue is like if you're spending a lot of money on a card game that has no players, it just feels bad. But what is Twin Suns? Primary multiplayer format of Star Wars Unlimited, a fun and unpredictable format to play with friends. So you can play with 3 to 4 players. Oh, that's fucking sick. Special deck building rules allow for a unique experience to compared to other formats. So they have like an EDH version, they have a draft version, and they have a premiere version. Dude, this is fucking sick. And have 40 players at your locals? What the fuck? Say less. This is actually sick. And they have like a comprehensive rules document. Oh my gosh. This is actually so fucking cool. Say less. Yeah, this might be a summer investment for me too. This game looks so fucking cool. I love Star Wars. Getting started. Okay, how to play it. Someone tell me how many sets we got. How many sets do we have? We're on TCG Player. We've got more. All right, Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars. Star Wars Unlimited. Here we are. Okay, let's look at... Do they come in foil? If they come in foil, like I'm already... Oh my god. Emperor Palpatine Showcase. Fuck. That is so hard. That is so hard. Dude, look at this motherfucker. Oh, that's actually so sick. That's actually hella cool. So the showcases are like the money cards. Dude, the Boba Fett showcase is fucking wild, dude. That's actually the cleanest looking card. So you said you won locals with this playtest? That's really fucking cool. You heard some high-rated X-Sabers will be entering RBET. That'd be nice. Get some X-Saber action on camera. One of the big events in SoCal that isn't one of the core LA trio said that between their two shops, Star Wars the 7th biggest events they run. And they've only been running events since last week. I mean, 7th biggest? That's pretty crazy. Sounds like there's a lot of hype. Oh, we've got Cassian Andor dedicated to the Rebellion showcase. That's pretty cool. IG-88 Ruthless Bounty Hunter showcase. I like this guy. He looks cool. The droid or whatever. Some of these characters are from like the new IP, which is not great. But so if you pull Darth Vader, he's worth like $80. That's kind of cool. Vader is expensive. Is it the best deck? It's an IP people like. Yeah. Star Wars is huge. Like, it plays a lot like Magic, Hearthstone, WoW, TCG, Axis. Oh, because of the resource system. I could see it. It doesn't look too expensive. Like, Luke Skywalker, it's like $35. How many? And you only need like one of him, right? Or like, what's the deck limit? Is it like 4? Like, you're probably dropping like $1,000 on a deck, which is obviously shitty, but it's like about as much as you'd be spending in any other game. And if this game is popping, then it's like the same as any other. 3 of each, like Yu-Gi-Oh? Okay. It's like investing in Pioneer and Magic. Expensive if you want a tier 1 deck. Okay. The cards just look cool. Like this one, Force Lightning, that is a really cool looking card. That is a card I would want to own. Just because it looks fucking cool. Vigilance, and it's got Anakin Skywalker on it. That's fucking drippy, dude. What the fuck? This is too cool. Alright, I'm going to look at it more off stream, but I got to head to LA. Thank you guys for tuning in. See you guys at RBET tomorrow. Signups are now open. So, come through. Sign up.